Course, it always helps when we put the microphone in. Make sure it's running through. But yes, welcome to the FRL Racing series, and we find ourselves at a very wet Monza today. Hello Cars, how are you my friend? What is your real name please? I've got to stop calling you Cars. But as some of you will recognise, well, hello Ian, it's always good to know, and hello Jerry. I'm going to assume that that is your real name, not a gamer tag. Just going to quickly send the stream to the FRL boys. And I think we're going to be treated to a good one today. Just back out real quick. And we've got a few quick boys in with us today. Obviously the weather is going to play a big impact on today's race at Monza. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're taking real timing on the weather, so I believe that this is the real life weather over there at Monza now. I need to inquire a little bit more about that one to find out exactly how and if they do that. Okie doke. Happy days. We're good to go. Never assume. Well, Jerry, I don't know. I'm gonna say you are a Jerry. So free practice session is about to finish. And that means it's going to be go time, and I'm excited to see exactly how these boys are going to fare, as this is the first time I will be observing, not only commentating for the FRL boys, but of course the magical of all mics is with us, and here I am. And the wet just catching out number 33 out in track with the ball, not on the sidelines. And here we go, beginning the qualifying session for the FRL Racing Series, and we find ourselves at Monza today with, again, what I assume is real life weather conditions. And 101. We've got Cooper, who is most certainly going to be one to watch for today's race. Name is Simon. Oh my god. Fair, man. you can take that then. Well, thanks for being here, Simon. It's lovely to have you with us today for the FRL GT3 race at Monza. And like I mentioned, we have Cooper. Mr. Cooper in the 101 Ferrari. He's most certainly going to be one to watch out for. .15 minutes of qualifying here at Monza. We've got the 101 Ferrari warming up those tyres, and at any moment, don't be surprised if we get a severe downfall, which is going to be entertaining, to say the least, for the viewers at home. Cooper not quite got that tyre grip that he necessarily wanted, but we have 787 We the Kevin, the 787 chrome liveried BMW, first to cross, but I believe he's still on his out lap, so we're not going to be putting any lap times down as of yet. Got fed up with explaining to other people. No, I can understand. I would have been calling you Jerry. So, the number 787, number 4 Graham, in the awesome looking. That car looks like it's a real-life GT3 car. In the number 4 Mercedes, and I believe that is number 101, who was first out on track. Now third to set a qualifying time here at Monza. Just under 12 minutes left to go. And in pursuit is Mr. Tarkowski. I met him at the beginning of my journey in with the GLR boys, actually, and he's driving in the 884 Audi GT3 today as he makes his way through Ascari and up towards the infamous Parabolica, in which we have Kevin, Cooper and a few others beginning to make their way through the Parabolica. We've got just over 10 minutes of qualifying session left to go. Kevin first across that start finish with a 150. That's a pretty decent lap time for his first official lap time. Now Tarkowski, a 420 off, I would say, a quick first lap here at Monza by Graham in the number 4 Mercedes. Magic Mike making his way through the Parabolica. Let's see where he comes with the 7 that are on leaderboard. Oh no, that was his out lap. So we've got the number 71 just getting back on the gas as he exits through the Parabolica and onto the start finish here at Monza. Just over 9 minutes left to go, putting him in third position, first on that second row grid. Next to Mr. Tarkowski is the Porsche and the Audi. We've got the number 93. Mr. Lurchie's Gaming YouTube. I'm going to be assuming he's going to be streaming as well as he crosses that start finish, and putting him in provisional P11 in an awesome looking GT3 BMW. And we've got the 787 next to cross. We the Kevin, followed by Cooper, putting him in 5th position, and Cooper now in 4th, pushing Kevin into 6th. We've got the 727 Lamborghini next across that start finish straight, and that puts Scotty in at 7th position. Just over 8 minutes of qualifying left to go. And Graham in the number 4 Mercedes. Now in pursuit is the 727 Lamborghini of Scotty Turbo, as he makes his way through Curva Bisono. And hitting 8 minutes of qualifying left to go. Looks like the rain is going to stay off for the remainder of this qualifying session. And number 71 next to cross, number 15. Putting him in 10th position in the number 15 BMW, and we have number 93 next to cross. Let's see whether Mr. Gaming can capitalize on his 5-second deficit. Yes, he can, taking a 2 clean seconds off with a good healthy 7 minutes left to go of qualifying session for the FRL Racing Series here at Monza. Running a little bit too hot into Prima Variante, and we now have Faco 77 in the number 441 Bentley making his exit through the Parabolica with just over 6.5 minutes left to go. Where is that going to put the 441 Bentley on the grid? That puts him above 1-1 Ferrari and Mr. Y4 Volton in the 79 Bentley. So we've got a run of 3 Bentleys there, all within a second of each other. And the number 21 BMW Omsrot being chased by the legend himself. Volton, who's also just entered the pits, so we're going to jump back out, and we now have Magic Mike first on the second row of that grid with only a .966. Still ahead of Cooper by just over half a tenth. A tenth away from the 71 Porsche, and nearly a second away from a 48.6 from Timmy Blunder in the 76 Ferrari. And we'll see what Magic can do here as he now makes his way through the Curva Parabolica. and putting him in second position and taking a trip to the pits. Happy with his P1. We have Cooper next to cross that start finish straight here at Monza, and that's put him in 5th position. Magic Mike first on the second row of the grid, and Mr. Tarkowski is 4th, and second row of the second grid is the Audi and Ferrari. In between, Cooper in the Ferrari 101 with a 1.4 away from Timmy Blunder, and with only 3 minutes left to go, or just over, time is running out for these drivers to make the most of the time they have and get up that leaderboard. Makes a massive difference, and we'll see exactly how lap 1 will come out. Number 441 Bentley next to cross that start finish straight, so we'll keep an eye on him as we continue with the cameras watching the 101 Ferrari. See whether he can capitalise on his 1.401 here at the FRL Racing Series at Monza on the Tuesday's race. Facco in 8th position, Cooper next to cross that start finish line, but can he make a position? Yes he can, knocking the number 4 Mercedes down a spot, putting them on the same grid, but swapping places, putting Graham in the first of the 3rd grid here at Monza, and we only have 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go for the remainder of the FRL Racing Series here at Monza. And everyone has set a qualifying time down. We've got 1-1 Ferrari just entering the pits. Always a pleasure to see this guy again. And Tarkowski putting him on the 1st row, albeit 2nd position, 0.885 away from that even quicker lap time of a 1:48.2 of the 76 Ferrari. And we have Scotty and number 441 Bentley. Next to cross that start finish straight, and Scotty in P11, and the 441 Bentley now in 3rd grid, 6th position, only a 1.5 away from Timmy. We have the 511 Ferrari making his way through Ascari and up towards the curve of Parabolica. Can he capitalise? No, he cannot. He's off into the pits. The number 4 Mercedes making his way through Curva Parabolica, currently on, also making his way into the pits. making a position has 33 Audi. So that brings the qualifying session to a close. We've got a few drivers still out on track, may be able to take a position or two away. And we've got Tarkowski on the inside line. Is he able to capitalize on a position? He's only got one position to capitalize on. That is a no. Taking a quick photo of the positions. And that means that Timmy Blunder with a very early P1 position, as Simon is saying. 1:48.2 is an awesome lap time, putting Tarkowski first on the grid, second position, and second on the grid we have the 71 Ferrari next to Magic Mike in the 511 Ferrari, running very similar lap times side by side as we get ready for the green lights to drop for the formation lap here at Monza. And we have the number 4 Mercedes next to the 441 Bentley, third on the grid. Fourth on the grid we have Cooper and the Blast. Fifth on the grid we have the Lamborghini and BMW, followed by the 720 McLaren, Harrison and Dragon on Speed in the 15 BMW, followed by 11 Ferrari. Always a pleasure to be commentating for this guy. It's been a while since I've seen him on track. And Yavolton in P14, Luke Carley's Gaming, and Omsrod in P16. So we've got an hour's race ahead of us. Magic Mike finding his way on P4, which is always the camera slot that we go for the beginning of these races, but we're going to be trekked to a formation lap, or I'm going to assume we're going to be trekked to a formation lap, as is customary for the ACC series. But we have some pretty solid lap times. Very close lap times. And like I mentioned earlier, with regards to the rain, I'm pretty sure that that is going to throw a spanner in the works for some of the drivers and change hands. So who's going to be the most consistent today? Here at Monza is left to be desired. 50 seconds left to go. I'm just going to top my drink up. Oh, I'm assuming the 511 Ferrari didn't. I can't back out. Oh no. I'm going to assume that it didn't ready up on time, but I also can't back out. So I think we're left with the sights and sounds of a the 511 Ferrari.
Green light, give it all you can.
Oh, it looks like we are away. Three side by side. Who is it that's just got ahead? Is the Porsche just makes its way ahead of the Ferrari? Very interesting start indeed. I'm just sort of contemplating the 511 Ferrari, but it appears as though the 71 Porsche has made his way to the front of the grid, meaning the 76 Ferrari now in second position, who was the qualifying lap time leader. And as is always the case, we always have some drama unfolding with T1 at Monza, but it appears that most have escaped unscathed, and we've got the Audi trying to make his way past that Bentley on the front of the grid here, followed by the 101 Ferrari of Cooper, also in pursuit of the 441 Bentley. Oh, look how close this is. Timmy Blunder looks like he is wanting to make the most of his time out on lap 1 here at Monza, and it appears as though the Porsche is just able to hold on. We've got a pack of 4 leading now, and my thoughts are with the 511 Ferrari. I'm wondering where that's going to be placing him. What was 4th position, and now right at the rear of the pack. I don't quite want to leave the camera shots of Timmy Blunder just yet, as he is mega got a good run out of the Parabolica, and he is side by side with the Porsche. Last of the late breakers, is he going to be able to hold on to that inside line? We've got Tarkowski also on the inside line on the number 4 Mercedes, who's able to capitalise. Porsche in front of the Mercedes and the Porsche in front of the Ferrari, and the Mercedes in front of the Audi driven by Tarkowski. Positions are changing. We've got the Mercedes able to capitalise here, and now he's in pursuit of the positioned 2 Ferrari, the 76 Ferrari of Timmy Blunder. Not able to make anything happen as of yet, but we've got gaming going side by side. We've got the 2 BMWs, 3 BMWs. As they make their way through curve 1 and curve 2, just having to make his way. We've got contact with the 101 Ferrari. It's all going off. Look at this racing. Now, Yvalton, yes, so the Delta's having a hard time, so we're just going to leave the Delta for a minute. We've got an incredible race and fight for P12, fighting for P10 ahead of him. Magic Mike, I see now. Behind the 720 McLaren, who's just run a little bit wide. That's given Magic Mike the run in the 511 Ferrari. And now he's hot on the heels of Yvalton in the 79 Bentley. And Yvalton going defensive. Magic Mike on the outside chasing the 33 Audi down. What's going to occur here as they make their way up to turn 1 of Monza? Magic Mike having to get a little bit too hot on the brakes. Not exactly too sure what happened there. but Yvalton able to capitalize on those two positions. We've got the BMW now taking position ahead of the 511 Ferrari. Making his way through the chicane of Monza. And the 720 McLaren is going side by side. Is he able to get a better run out here through Yvalton in the Bentley, or is the McLaren going to be staying in the tow? It appears it's staying in tow. The BMW just going a little bit loose. Does that mean that that's given position to the Ferrari? It looks as though it has. Under the bridge, do all GT3 cars go hard on the brakes? Through Ascari, Yvalton just able to hold on in front of the 720 McLaren, and it appears that the Ferrari is back in, saying hello boys, I'm back. And oh, the McLaren just moving in a little bit too much, it seems there. Fortunately able to hold on to that space. Not quite enough space given perhaps, but nevertheless the show goes on. We've got Yvalton still leading that pack, but the BMW of the 93, was it 90? Yeah, the Delta's definitely not updated, has it? 30th position, number 15. Dragon on speed, there we go, just updated. So we've got Dragon on speed in the GT3 BMW ahead of the Bentley and Ferrari, and it appears as though the 720S McLaren has indeed suffered a few car lengths. Not the most of track widths when you're 3 wide and you're focusing on either the car on the left or the car on the right at over speeds of 100 miles an hour. It's very difficult, but it looks like the 511 Ferrari might be making his move. It looks like he has his side-by-side. Is he able to make it stick? Exit through. Get these track names back up. It's gone a little bit funny, but they now make their way through Ascari as they come up to the left-hand exit. 720S getting the best run that he possibly can, and now in pursuit of Yvalton in the 79 Bentley. Is he able to do anything here as they make their way up towards the Parabolica? The 720S is going for the racing line. 79 Bentley on the inside. Not quite able to make anything happen. Timmy Blunder now in third position, a 0.6 away from the 71 Porsche, who's also lost a position to the number 4 Mercedes. So we've had a change of hands. We've got Sikowski in fourth position in the Audi, only a 1.5, a 1.4 now, making a 10th as the Delta updates, and 1-1 Ferrari in the 22 Bentley now in 5th position, followed by the 441. No, now in 5th position, taking a position away from 1-1 Ferrari, and the Lamborghini now coming in. My good God, have we got a fight on our hands here. Magic Mike leading the front of this pack. We've got 2 BMW GT3s in pursuit. We have the number 15 of Dragon on Speed and Lurchie's Gaming in the BMWs, hurtle their way, chasing that Ferrari down as they make their way under the bridge. And we have another Ferrari and Bentley in pursuit. up towards the Parabolica. We'll see whether this BMW can make anything happen as he just clips the apex, gets back on the gas, and a very low grunt to the BMW GT3 as well. And Magic Mike appears to have a little bit of a clean run from 16th into 8th position, but 9 seconds to go to catch up to the 727 Lamborghini of Scotty. Yeah, that was intense. But we'll see what he can do, as he's got maybe 20 seconds just over of time to catch up to the leading pack. Now only a 7.5. Oh. And the 71 Porsche looks like he's probably going to go for that move. He's on the outside line. 76 Ferrari just able to hold on to that position, but now it appears that the Porsche is under hot pursuit of Tarkowski, who's got the better run. Is the Porsche able to hold his own? Is Tarkowski going to get a better run in the Audi, or is the 71 Porsche able to get the better run here out of Curva Parabolica? Can't quite see. There he is, just to the left. Well, it appears that he's just able to hold off Tarkowski in the Audi. My good God, are we being treated some great racing today? There's obviously Paul the Helicam man again, drafted in to do another great job as we continue to watch the battle between the Ferrari, Porsche and Audi, making their way through turn 2 or turn 3 of Monza and up to the heavy braking zone and tight section, where you want to be careful on the throttle but also as quick. As possible, and it appears that Tarkowski is back on the attack with the Porsche. Audi just in that back. Porsche making the most of the racing line through Ascari, planting his foot down, but is he able to hold off the Audi? And it appears that he is. Just hold on with the camera shots here as they make their way through the Curva Parabolica with just over 45 minutes left to go. It has Tarkowski only a 1.61. Let's see whether he gets a good run here. Scotty now only a 0.3 away from Magic. Up to Monza T1, the Porsche still able to hold Tarkowski off. We jump on board with the Lamborghini, who is in pursuit, now a 0.9 away from Magic Mike. So Magic Mike has taken a position away from Scotty and put himself into 7th position, and is now only 6.2 seconds away from 1-1 Ferrari in the 22 Bentley. Second gained, and I think that's going to be the Lamborghini losing out on a few car lengths there, as we now jump on board with the 511 Ferrari in pursuit of the 101 Ferrari, and it looks like he's got a cracking line there. Is he going to go side by side? Two Ferraris battling it out. Who's got the better exit? Towards the Seba Bridge, and under they go. It looks like Magic Mike might just have that line. And it appears that he has taken that position away from the 101 Ferrari. Ooh, we've got a fight with a few Bentleys ahead, which we will jump on board with. Just watching the rear end of the Ferrari exit the Curva Parabolica. And side by side is 1-1 Ferrari and Faco in the 441 Bentley. Oh, we've had contact! Faco into the sidewall. Let's hope that's not major damage. Oh, just clipping the wall as well. That might be game over, or at least a pit stop for the 441 Bentley, which means that Magic Mike has got another few seconds. Advantage as he continues to hunt down the pack. So he's P16, now P6. Most certainly one to watch today here at Monza, but with just over 43 minutes left to go, I am expecting the heavens to open up at some point. Weather is saying it's going to be clear for a few moments, but we're going to jump on board with 1-1 Ferrari. Yeah, ouch indeed, Simon. That was, as always, an uncomfortable moment in motorsport. But I think we might begin to see a fight between the 22 Bentley and the 501 Ferrari. Only a 1.6 separates them at the minute. We've got Tarkowski at 0.766. It's still in pursuit of the 71 Porsche, still able to hold off Tarkowski. Timmy back up to P2, and the number 4 Mercedes of Graham is doing an absolutely incredible job. Able to hold off Timmy Blunder in the Ferrari with just over 2 seconds. We've got the 21 BMW chasing down the 79 Bentley. Volton let the 21 BMW through there. Tarkowski now only a 0.460. Magic Mike only a 0.3. He's going to be making his move soon. Not quite able to get side by side, but is he able to get a better racing line through the Curva Parabolica as he plants his foot down in the Italian-made Ferrari, punting down that V8 twin turbo ahead. It looks like his slipstream's beginning to work. Is he able to hold onto that position? Bentley side by side, the Bentley just giving away 1-1 Ferrari, allowing Magic Mike to take that position away, meaning that's now 5th position. So the fight for, shall we say, P1. ...15 seconds. So he's got 15 seconds to make his way towards Tarkowski. I was just about to say Tarkowski's running an absolute solid race, and then I was about to say the last of the late breakers, and he's going to have to concede that position, I am going to assume. There it is. Conceded it maybe a little bit too much, but he most certainly sent that, didn't he? So we're going to have to just jump back out. We've got Magic Mike now. Going to be assuming it's going to be a pit window of 20 minutes perhaps, I'm not sure. It's the first time commentating for the lovely lads at the FRL series, and again a big shout out to Yvalton in the 79 Bentley. .3, so Magic Mike has made up 3 seconds for the fight for P4, and with over half of the race to go. Last of the late breakers indeed, good sir. But with over half of the race left to go, bit of Tokyo Drift Lamborghini edition. Let's hope there's no incidents. Oh no! It's like the cars are magnetized. Even though it's a simulator, I really do wish that if a car goes off, the game recognizes it as a loss of control and then ghosts the car, because it's not necessarily his fault per se, but Magic Mike now heading towards the heavy braking chicane. Very tricky corner to get right into master. But my good God, from 16th to 5th position, and another second nearly towards the fight for P4, and we can just see the 884 Audi escape our shot. And Timmy Blunder now only half a second away from P1. We're going to be tread to some more cracking racing here. It's great to see the drivers able to hold these close races for the amount of time that they are. Big shout out to all of you competing today for FRL. And under the bridge, do they go? Oh, I was going to say that would have been a That would have been a late notice driver on the right hand side if he'd have gone for the last of the late breakers there into turn 1 of Monza. But my good God, is the orange liveried GT3 Mercedes doing a cracking job today, taking P1 quite early on in the race, and also able to hold off to very quick drivers and hold off the Ferrari for as long as he has. Whether the 76 Ferrari is now beginning to consider you know, making his move. Maybe he's just staying in the slipstream, saving his tyres, who knows. But he did have the fastest lap time. Little bit of loss of grip there, not quite able to capitalise on a slingshot, but my good God, it looks like he's got a good run there, unless I'm seeing a little bit of latency. But he's in the slipstream, he's coming up to Curva Parabolica. What's going to happen here between the Ferrari and the Mercedes? We've got the front-engined power plant of the GT3 Mercedes ahead of the mid-engined power plant. That is the Italian prancing horse. Crossing the start-finish, do they go up towards turn 1, Monza. It looks like he's going to go for it. Let's side by side. Number 4 Mercedes saying, no, I'm going to hold on to that. My God, cracking racing here. But I think we're most certainly seeing the qualifying leader deciding to pull out all stops, and maybe he can even take the time to pull away now, if indeed he has drive-through penalty for number 21. Just been playing it safe all this time, and now pulling away. But the Mercedes taking the racing line, of 76 Ferrari taking the inside line, going defensive. Oh, what cracking racing we have today with the FRL boys. Nearly a Lewis and Max incident. Yeah, you mean Silverstone? Silverstone, is that the one you mean? Because if so, I would agree. If not, they've had many other incidents. So, but the Ferrari looks as though he's beginning to pull away. So I think he was indeed perhaps maybe saving his tyres as we are closing the halfway mark, and perhaps there is no pit window, I'm not sure. We've got a drive-through penalty for the 21 BMW, 6.3 seconds behind the 787 BMW, behind the 15 BMW, and Magic Mike now only a 10.7 seconds, taking another 2 seconds since I last mentioned, as he continues to hunt down Tarkowski. In the 8-4 Audi. And what a pleasure it is to see Tarkowski again, and he's in the pits. I don't see a pit window. Unless it's just open. Well, we've now got P10 behind P5. And the number 4 Mercedes a constant 0.8, 0.9 seconds away from Timmy. We'll see whether Timmy can continue to push his way out of that slipstream range. He's already out of the danger zone, but we'll see whether he can make anything happen. And Magic Mike now in 4th position. So he's taking that position away from Tarkowski. That's all depending on whether that was because of new rubber. I'm not entirely sure. But here we go through T1 of Monza. We see the 720 McLaren of Harrison exiting T1, T2 of Monza. And that puts him in 6th position, now chasing 1 Ferrari down, and Magic Mike back to 12 seconds. So he was 15 seconds behind Tarkowski, and now he's 12 seconds behind the 71 Porsche, who's also running an absolutely cracking race. Left to his own devices, not under any pressure yet, but we are 6 seconds away from the midway point, and
We're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
just see Magic Mike on the braking zone for T1 as DeWill in the 71 Porsche makes his way through the curva and up to the heavy braking section chicane. I think, just touching that sausage. Just going to unbalance the car a little bit, but my god, is he pushing that car. Only 6 seconds away from P2, is now 1.7 away from Timmy Blunder in the 76 Ferrari, taking P1 back to its glory. And we should see a pit entrance here for the 21 BMW. Oh, with you. Yes. That'd have been great if it was, well, it wouldn't have been great if it was another one of those, but... Max and Lewis. You hear that a lot, don't you? Yep, thank God for that. I was hoping of going to the pits, and so is Magic Mike. So there must be a pit window open. So I'm now going to jump back on board with Tarkowski, because he was the rightful owner of P4, and he is, what was he, 12 seconds ahead of the 511 Ferrari. So let's see where the 511 Ferrari comes out, as he is now making his way up towards the Curva Parabolica. Still in the pits. So yes, there is a pit window. I like that it's just constantly open. It's a first for me, but that's great, to be fair. Not that anyone's really going to be pitting in the first sort of third or last third of the section, but it does make sense nevertheless. And Tarkowski, just seeing him there at the edge of the camera shot, meaning the magical of all mics. .5, so that's a 4-second gain he's had from that time in which Tarkowski was in the pits. Now 9-second deficit, losing a 10th or two, but bringing it back as he is making his way down the long straight section up towards Curva Parabolica. Can he clip the apex? Not quite, but nevertheless, let's see whether he gets a good slingshot out to the longest section of Monza as he crosses that start-finish straight for the FRL series here at Monza, and we are yet for the heavens to open. We was expecting downpours. We have received none. So what are we thinking, Simon? Is the 511 Ferrari able to capitalise on 9 seconds and take a potential P5 away from the 884 Audi? Under the Assetto Corsa Competizione bridge, does the Ferrari sing its heart out, continuing to apply that close to 600 horsepower under the Seba bridge. Beautiful sights and sounds. That is the GT3 Ferrari 488. Just clipping that white line and then just clipping the curbs, maximising track widths here at Monza. And Magic Mike only a 0.84, so he's 6/10 up, now 7/10 up as he comes towards the Parabolica. Yeah. Nine seconds is a big bonus. We are now 8 seconds, so he's took a second away in a lap. Now a 7.6, 7.8. Oh, it's Zakowski having a great run there. 7.6, 7.7. Well, we're going to be keeping eyes on the 511 Ferrari as we have just over 20 minutes left to go. A third of the race is closing quickly. Harrison in the 720 McLaren finding his way in 15th position. Oh, having another incident. Awesome looking McLaren though, and Scotty finding his way in 16th, bless him, in the 727 Lamborghini, also just losing it. And who's that? Beautiful. And now we've got the leading pack. So that's interesting. The 71 Porsche hasn't pitted, and is the only car that hasn't pitted. But I've just noticed that the 76 Ferrari of Timmy Blunder has lost that first position and is now a 4-second deficit of P1 in the number 4 Mercedes. Provisional P1 being the 71 Porsche. We'll see whether he can make anything happen with his miraculous technique. But we will see how that pans out. He's going to have very fresh rubber for his last stint. Timmy Blunder now only a 3.5. And the 441 Bentley in 13th position, just behind P2 of the Ferrari as they make their way through the Curva Parabolica. And look at this. We're going to be treated to some action here. Now taking the position away. Whoa, that was beautiful. So now a deficit of 2.8 seconds. We're going to be seeing some more action between the Mercedes and Ferrari. Not entirely sure what happened, as is the problem with one camera stream. But nevertheless, we continue on. And Magic now under the 7-second window. As he continues to chase down the 884 Audi. Oh, now 10.8. There's been a mistake somewhere. Still a 2.3. Oh, we've run a little bit wide. The number 15 BMW only a 2.24 away from P9. We've got 3 BMWs. Kevin Gaming and Dragon all fighting it out. Side by side under the Sabre Bridge, they got the 2 BMWs fighting it out with the other BMW GT3 ahead of the pack. We've got red LCDs from the 93 BMWs. I'm a big fan of those, makes it a lot easier to see, especially at night. What's happened there? Taking it all in and calculating all the everything that's going on. We've got James Williams, Do Will wins Taco Tuesday night. Very interesting. Is this Taco Tuesday night, is it? It's flipping great night. I really want a taco now. Taco Bell it is. Now that deficit is closing in indeed. Very interesting. .737. Let's go. That's a 10.4. Good sir. And it appears that the 76 Ferrari is most certainly beginning to catch up to the number 4 Mercedes. Not quite sure what happened earlier, but he did lose out on that. Excuse me. Did lose out on that position. And he's having to make that time back, and my good God, is he making that time back with a qualifying lead of a 1:48.204. Zakowski in second position, currently in fourth position. Duwill in third position, currently in provisional P1. Magic in P4. Now in P5, and a 6.6 second deficit, so he's made another 4 seconds up, which would mean he was only 2 seconds behind Zakowski if he didn't make that one mistake that's cost him the 4 seconds. But he has. The Blast qualified in P8 and is now in P7. 1-1 Ferrari qualifying in P13, now in P6. Oh, he's made a mistake! Oh my good God! That's that position taken away! Maybe the pressure got to him, maybe the tyre wear was getting to him, maybe it all got to him all in one go, but that means that the 76 Ferrari taking provisional P2, a potential first place against the 71 Porsche. Or does this mean that you don't have to pit? So the pit window's open but you don't have to pit, is that what we're saying? Or do you have to pit? Okay. It was very good evasive action indeed, Simon. I was thinking, is this going to happen? But it appeared that he was waiting for his moment, kept it stable, kept it to the right, and oh no, he's pushing, he wants that position back. But Timmy in P2 is now running away with a 1.8 second no, sorry. Yeah, 1.8 second advantage over the number 4 Mercedes. And with just over 10 minutes left to go, I will be back in 2 moments. Happy days. So we're just over 10 minutes left to go. We've got Timmy in P1 now with a deficit of Okay. So Do is in third position. Magic Mike only 4 seconds away. 10 minutes to go, 4 seconds. If he keeps on with this pace, he has got a very good chance of taking my favourite position away, P4 from Tarkowski, who is 8 seconds away from Duwil in the 71 Porsche in P3, taking home bronze. But with just under 10 minutes left to go, anything could happen. He may very well do. He may very well do, Simon. It's got me excited. I can tell you that much. It's an interesting one. Whether we'll see. Now 3.7 left to go. And the legend Yvalton. In the 79 Bentley. Oh, it's running a little bit too wide there through Ascari. Beautiful looking livery though, I've got to say. Beautiful. It certainly is making good gains. Can he do it though? Just under 9 minutes left to go. 3.8 second deficit. And Cooper in the 101 Ferrari, with a couple of unfortunate events, found himself in P11, hunting the pack of 3 BMWs down. Oh, and we've also got the other Ferrari in P1. Looks like the McLaren might make a move here on the Bentley. Just under 8 minutes left to go. Magic Mike with a 3.4. Cooper with a 0.5 deficit away from the 93 BMW. And Dragon now 0.7 to a 0.4 away from the other BMW. Pack of BMWs yet again at it. 720S McLaren continuing to chase down the Bentley up towards the Parabolica. Do they make their way? Is he able to make anything happen here in the entrance and or exit of the Curva Parabolica here at Monza? I'm going to be honest, that was an awesome 360 save by Yvalton. Fortunately that's only one position. Let's see whether he can get that back. Still 0.5, Dragon now only a 0.3, Magic Mike 3 seconds away, 2.7 seconds, 6 minutes left to go. Can he make a 4th position out of this 1 hour sprint here at the FRL Racing Series at Monza? And the BMWs are getting closer and closer with only 6 minutes left to go. It was a beautiful save. He's made that position happen on the entrance into Curva Parabolica. Is the BMW able to get a better run out here as he continues to chase down the 101 Ferrari, exiting the Curva Parabolica and heading towards that start finish straight here at Monza with just over 5 minutes left to go. We've got the stewards waving the blue flags. 33 Audi, clipping that apex and making his way through the remainder of Monza. Very strange apex camber working in your favour. Only a 0.6 behind his fellow BMW GT3. Keeping his car on the inside. He's gone back to the outside as he makes his way through Ascari. Magic Mike only a 2.2. Uvalton 2 seconds. Oh, he's run a little bit too hot there. Which has given that position to the 101 Ferrari. Well, just got 3 minutes left to go. Blue flag being waved. We've got the number 15 BMW, a back marker to the number 4 Mercedes. BMW running a little bit too hot in there. Another back marker to the Porsche, not too far behind P2 of the number 4 Mercedes. Wow, look at this. Well, with just over 90 seconds left to go, we've got the oh my good God, McLaren just able to get a better exit as he makes his way into Ascari and takes that position away from the Bentley. As he now makes his way up towards the curve of Parabolica, and we jump on board with Magic Mike with only just under 90 seconds left to go. Dead ahead is Tarkowski. Is he able to make anything happen with 40 seconds left to go? A 0.9 deficit. It looks like he's going to have another lap on his hands, but is he able to capitalize on that 0.9 of a second? He's going to be well within slipstream range soon. This is going to be a cracking race to the finish for the fight for P4 between Tarkowski in the 884 Audi and Magic Mike in the 511 Ferrari. Chrome Brazilian liveried 488 Italia. Now a 0.6. He's in slipstream range. So is this the last section, or do they get one more lap? This is going to be it. Oh! One more lap. And the 511 Ferrari would have taken P4 away from Tarkowski, who has also run a solid race and a well-deserved P4. But Magic Mike not able to make that start. Go from 16th to 5th, and only a 0.3 away from P4 is an incredible race indeed. We have the 720 McLaren crossing that start finish in P12. And the 441 crossing that start finish, followed by the legend Yvolton taking a P14 in the 79. Awesome looking Bentley. And 33 next to cross. But congratulations to the number 76 Ferrari, who has run an absolutely incredible race. 32 laps here at Monza. We've had no rain, so I'm sure that's going to have changed the setups for a few people and therefore time. But he's taken home a P1, he's taking gold today, and he's had an incredible race with the number 4 Mercedes. And in P3, running an incredible race is the 71 Porsche. Do Will, and congratulations to you, sir. That was an incredible race, side by side with Dragon, as they make their final lap round at Monza. And Tarkowski obviously in P4, put under an incredible amount of pressure, with Magic Mike in P5, 1-1 Ferrari in P6, 44 seconds behind P5, followed by the Blast and Cooper, Kevin, Dragon, Lurch's Gaming, Harrison, Farco, Yvolton, Scott, Scotty Turbo, and the number 444 BMW. So that's going to be me. Thank you for everyone that's watched. Big shout out to Simon. It's been a pleasure having you with me. And yep, great racing commentary. I appreciate that, and it was most certainly a cracking race indeed. See whether we have time to commentate for these guys again, but we was treated to some great races, we was treated to some disastrous moments, and we was treated to some great saves. So as we see the Porsche and the BMW make their way to the pits and their final lap round here at Monza, I want to thank Yvolton, I want to thank the FRL boys, and yes, we will see you
Green light, go, go,
next
go.
time. Ciao, ciao.